If you're thinking of launching a commercial cleaning company or a franchise, you're likely wondering, what is it actually like to own it once it's at a mature level, really around $1 million a year? What's it really gonna require of me? Because of course, launching a company we know is gonna take effort, but what's it really like once it's where it's supposed to be? Well, that is what you're gonna find out in this video, is what does it look like to own a $1 million commercial cleaning business? And we're gonna break it down with our owner acronym so that you know exactly what it looks like. And before we do dive in, if you don't know who I am, my name is Matt Pinkarina. I'm the founder and CEO of the Assett franchise. We are a commercial cleaning franchise brand, which means we help you build a large commercial cleaning company in your market. You simply just copy and paste the same business that transformed my life into your market, and you become the owner there. If you want to learn more about it, check out the links down below. All right, now first, before we dive in, just know this video is for illustrative purposes only with this $1 million number here. It is proven in the FTD to go up into the 7 figures, as you can find out for yourself when you learn more about our franchise. Your results may differ. There, got my legal disclaimer out of the way. Now, the first reality that you need to be aware of with what we're gonna walk through here is your cleaning is already covered. You're not gonna be out there scrubbing toilets, pushing mops, doing anything like that. You've got a team in place that's handling that. You've got sufficient revenue going on in your business. So you own a business, not a job, and that's what we're going to go through in this acronym. So with that, let's dive right into the first one here, which is O in our owner, which is opportunities and outreach. Simply put, one of the highest value tasks that you can ever keep and embrace with your commercial cleaning company is focusing on growth. And that's what these really are, is what does it take to boost that top line, which is called your revenue. That's just how much money is the business taking in and how much are you continuing to add. So practically speaking, this looks like handling key relationships. This can be with specific clients, it can be with opportunities, it can be with networking, it can be with other business owners that have contacts that you want, anything along those lines, as long as they know you, and this is a very relationship business, that it's going to make you move a lot faster. The other aspect of boosting your revenue is going to be doing the quotes and proposals. This is the task of whenever someone does ask for a price, you're the one who gives them that price. You'll visit the facility, shake their hand, figure out what's going on, take it back. And we have a whole calculation system in our brand and everything that we do that can help auto-generate proposals and all that. But you're the one who has to go present it or send it to them so that they're willing to accept it and add themselves as a client to your business. Now, in our illustrative $1 million of a business here, and what we need to see from the reality of it is you may have someone who helps you out in this realm as well, but you still want to be highly attentive to it. You may not be doing every single step. You may not be spending an enormous amount of time on it, but it is so important and vital to the future of your business and going far beyond this number right here to carry that potential forward, that you do stay involved in some capacity with it. And something I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video was how long it really takes and how much time you should be expecting to set aside to own a commercial cleaning company. I can tell you from ours, which is beyond our illustrative $1 million mark here, that it takes me approximately 5 hours a week for owning just my local one here in Asheville. All of this fits inside of that allocation of hours. But I will say it's partially because I do have someone helping out with this, and yet I'm still mindful of it and monitoring it and making sure that it's going well. That's your growth. Let's go to the next, which is called your weekly workforce. This is simply your meetings. At our illustrative $1 million level, you should have layers of management in place, caring for the clients in your company, overseeing employees, but they still need to have a conversation every once in a while, right? So in our company, every Tuesday at 4:30 p.m., I'm Eastern time, we have our meeting for about 30 minutes, just once a week. This is where we share updates, set plans, I share priorities. We make sure that the business is running smoothly and work on it together. And if you do your meetings right, they shouldn't take any longer than 1 hour. Like I said, ours typically is about 30 minutes. But there is an optional one that I do like to stay involved with, and that is actually, we do something called weekly interviews. And this is where people are invited to our office who are interested in working for us. And I actually run that interview, and it only takes me 30 minutes per week. Now, if you're curious about that, we have a very defined process for that public event and how it happens and how to get everyone there. And it just saves an enormous amount of time getting all those interviews done within 30 minutes. We can interview 15 people in 30 minutes total, as opposed to spending 30 hours a week trying to coordinate interviews and one-on-ones and all these things like that. So we have a whole system and process for that. But this allows me at scale to have an impact on the business because people love getting to meet the owner. So these are your essential workforce meetings on a regular basis when you're at this scale. Next, you have your numbers. Due to the nature of you being the owner of the business and all the money running through your business accounts, you gotta be careful and make sure that you have safeguards in place. And that just requires that you still have some sort of main part in monitoring the accounting and staying on top of profitability, making sure you know where the money goes. Now, there's software that helps out with that, and we help our franchisees with that, but just monitoring your numbers and making sure that, are the accounts paying right? We have people in our company that help us monitor that as well, but we still want to talk with them about that. We still want to see the reports on that and just review those so that we know that things are checking off as they should. If I were going to put a time on it, I would say that these reports take 15 to 30 minutes per week. So that one's quick, it's easy. Next, we have our E, which is energizing people. What I really like to call this is monthly morale. And illustrating this will help you understand it a little better. So we like to do things for our employees. Now, I'm not involved in having to do them every single time, but we have something in our company called monthly morale where they get a pizza once a month or their favorite dessert, or we do something special for the different teams that we have in our business. Now, we can also group them together at the office and do an event and celebrate birthdays and work anniversaries and do prizes and do things like that as well. We don't gotta do those monthly either. They can be quarterly or annually, but you're doing things that bring energy to people and help them feel like they're a part of something. As the owner, your presence in that every once in a while is fantastic. Now, obviously, if it's a major office event, I encourage you to be there every single time, but when it's bringing food to employees or giving them extra pick-me-ups, then that can be your management team doing it, but you're making sure that it's happening and contributing to the ideas and being there every once in a while to just make face with the team. And this is one that is highly variable, because if you're going to be really involved in your business and you want to dive deeper and deeper into it and you love just spending time with your employees, then you can spend 40 hours a week with them if you want, but you don't have to do that. Like in my business, I maybe see each of our employees once a quarter. And so if I break all this down, considering the groups and different interactions, usually it's about 30 minutes a week as well for keeping our people energized and communicated with. And that leads us to our final one, which is the R, which is for reviews. And all that this simply means is monitoring systems. So this is verifying what your staff are telling you. How are the customer feedback aspects going, which is what we call complaints in our brand? How are the quality checklists being completed? Maybe spot checking a few of those every once in a while. Of course, we talked about our numbers earlier, making sure that our financials are lining up. What about our customer emails and what they're sending in? Do we need to respond to any of those? Making sure that our management team and each of the positions and roles in that, what metrics are they being held to, and are we checking on those? Not only this, we just want to make sure the business systems and our softwares are working properly. And not just for the purpose of catching anything that's wrong, but also maybe we can make some improvements to it, innovate a little bit, and make our business run even smoother. So again, similar to energizing people, monitoring and reviews, you can dive as deep as you want on it, but realistically, you can take 30 minutes to an hour. And again, this is on a weekly basis. And this is really what it looks like to be the owner of a business, especially a business like ours, which is a commercial cleaning company. You shouldn't be out there pushing a mop and cleaning and sweating it out with the team. That's their job. That's why they're getting paid their wage. They should be doing that. You should be doing things that make you a steward over your business, making sure that it's ultimately a blessing to your employees and a blessing to your clients and your family. And that should not take a full-time effort, because really the goal with a business is for it to become its own private stock and kick out a dividend to you, right? It kicks out income without you having to be there all the time because your team is taking care of it. You're just making sure the checks and balances are working. While at the same time, the cherry on top is you can continue to grow your income. And as you get bigger and bigger, you can have other people take more and more of this task off of your plate as well, so that it continues to grow without you, not just operate without you. Like I said before, we have a commercial cleaning franchise, and it's built on the business that changed my life, which is the one that I referenced here that I still operate and own to this day. And this is based on my times for owning that specific operation here in Asheville, North Carolina. So all that you do is copy and paste what we do here, and you become the owner in your market and follow the same plan and path that I did. If you want to learn more about what it looks like to own an Assett franchise, check out the links down below. There's also free resources down there as well if you're not ready to talk to us yet. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share it with somebody who maybe is also looking at owning a commercial cleaning company as well. So again, thanks for watching. Until next time, stay blessed.